How's it going, everybody? Deviant Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. So, last episode we went and made a whole bunch of ingots, and as you can see, it's already solidified. So that's what the awesome thing about that cooling rack is. Now, I do unfortunately have to take it out one at a time. I mean, I don't have to do it like that and then turn it into its ingot form. And I got some ceramic mold from that, which is nice. That's why you want to wait until it's cooled down. If it's still in liquid form, you try and do that. I think it still lets you break it out of the mold if it's an ingot that can be turned into this form. But you have a chance of losing the ceramic mold, I believe, if you do that. So always wait until these just become solid. It can still be warmed. It can be like orange or dark red. But wait till it's solid and you won't break the mold by accident. Also, Dark Wolf Studios 2 is his username, but he goes by Dark Wolf Studios or Dark Wolf. He made a comment saying that you can actually put a ceramic mold and an ingot together to put it back into its into the mold, which I did not know. So thank you for mentioning that. Also, for your guys' information, he also has his own YouTube channel, and he's been doing a TerraFirmaCraft Let's Play as well, kind of following along with mine, but doing it in his own pace, in his own way. And it's very entertaining. I've been watching it myself, actually, because I think it's kind of funny to see what other people do differently than what I'm doing, and learning from it. So definitely check out his YouTube channel and his videos, and go on his most recent or any of his TerraFirmaCraft videos, and comment #epic. It'd be hilarious. You get all these comments. He's like, "What's going on?" And it'd just be funny. But anyways, I'm gonna quickly clear out all of these and make it daytime. So I shall see you guys in a bit. Alrighty then. So just clean them all out. Got 12 ingots here because remember I have more ingots up at the forge up here. So I didn't need to. I didn't get all 16 in ingot form quite yet. And for now, I'm going to just make a pile of my ingots. Hello, Enderman. Right here. That way I can access them easily, put them right into the forge here, reheat them up, and so on and so forth, and then remelt them when I need to. Don't get pissed off at me. And as you can see, these are still in brilliant white liquid. So that's why I kept them in there. Not because of I need them in liquid form, but it's nice for me right now to have them in liquid form just in case. Because making a clay mold and cooking it and all that does take a lot of time and energy, and I'd rather not do it. But I'd rather have a backup alternative in case I screw up something horribly and my forge breaks or whatever. But anyways, I also made... Go away, Enderman! Anyways, the leather here, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how it... how you use it. So I'm going to show you guys 3 different recipes. First recipe requires you to put leather in there and a knife, can be of any type I believe, and you get leather. But when you click it, you toss the knife, so make sure you're close enough to pick it up. But you get this kind of like menu, kind of like the stone and the clay menu, and you cut away at the leather. So that kind of looks like a tunic, makes item.chestplate cloth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and once again cut it, and I'm going to make some pants. So there's some pants, and my last piece here I'm going to make let's see, should be across like so, down by 3, and then this one you just take the tip and it looks like a pair of boots, and that's what it is. So now I have some pretty much leather boots, and the nice thing is you can see if you hold shift, it tells you how much protection it gives you from piercing, which is obviously arrows, slashing, which is sword type items, and crush, which is things like mace that says crush on it. So it gives me not the best, but better than not. I'm not going to make the helmet for now because I like seeing my awesome face, but also because I need these leather pieces for something else, and I don't want to waste it. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind, the way that armor works in TerraFirmaCraft is slightly different than the way that armor works in vanilla Minecraft. First off, you have 4 armor slots. Whenever you get hit by something, it rolls a dice, and it picks one of these 4 slots: your head, chest, legs, or boots. Feet. There you go. And if it says chest piece, then it sees if you actually have some kind of chest piece armor. Well, I do. So because of that, it takes that damage that I would have taken, depending on what kind of damage it is, piercing, slashing, or crushing, and reduces the damage right off the bat. Anything left then gets applied to my character. So unlike vanilla Minecraft, where it takes a % of the damage, so you still take some damage, instead, this one takes a good amount of the damage, and then whatever it can't take then gets applied to me. And it is done by which piece of armor it is. So if I have a copper chest piece and some leather leggings and a steel boots, this one will obviously be more protected than this one, which will be more protective than this one. Now, if it's doing its little rolling thing, head, then I have no protection whatsoever, and I take the full force of the damage, just like if I was wearing no armor whatsoever. So that's how armor works in this one. Now, I'm going to show you guys my second recipe here, which requires me to have yarn or string. Now, because I have yarn, because I was working on it, I'm going to go ahead and use yarn. And I'm standing here for no apparent reason. You take your yarn, you take your knife, and you take a piece of leather, and you get a leather water sack. This is actually a mod add-on. It's not part of the original TerraFirmaCraft. It's one of its little add-on mods called Water Sac add-on for TerraFirmaCraft, I think. I showed it off at episode 1, so you can go back to that one and check my mod list. But this one acts just like these water jugs, but better. And I'll show you why. So if I take this, you can see the damage bar is increasing every time I right click. You actually have 10 uses out of this, and now it's completely full. As you can see, there's no damage bar, so now it's full. Can't right click it anymore, it just tries to drink. Now, as you see, I right clicked 10 times, so now when I'm drinking this, it takes 1/10 of the water. So instead of having to fill up every time I use it, like a water jug, if I drink this, it's empty. Now I have to fill it. That's why I kept 2 in my inventory. Now I can keep 10 worth right in there, and this is just a secondary backup, because I think just like the water jugs, the leather sack does have a chance of breaking. So I'm going to go ahead and put my extra water jug right in here for no reason whatsoever. Just as a place of storing it, because I don't need that much water on me. But this one's just like a backup, just in case this breaks and I'm in a mine and I need water. You don't want to have that wasted. But it is nice to have the fact that you have 10 uses before you even need to fill it. So it's definitely going to save me running into the water every 2 days, basically. Now, the third part of this leather, I'm going to show you here. You're going to need some planks, and actually I'm going to save that plank because I can use something like aspen. What is this? This is spruce. Do I have spruce? White cedar, aspen, white cedar, spruce. I do have some spruce. I'm going to do that instead, so you can go back. That way, at least I can stack them afterwards. So take your spruce and saw it, and there you go. Now make a row down here and a row up here. Now it can be mixed wood, just like anything else. So this could be spruce and hickory and cedar and whatever. Doesn't matter. Now obviously this makes a tool rack, but if you put leather in the middle, it makes a bellows. And a bellow is very useful for me. As you can see, that's why I made it of the same wood, so I can stack it afterwards. Because I knew that was going to happen. Because I'm smart like that. Like a cheetah. Not a cheater. A cheetah. Bar. Okay, let's go up here. And a bellows is useful for multiple reasons. And running up here was actually a bad idea. I'll show you reason number 1 here. So if you... I'm going to break that just so I can show it. If you place a bellows, it will place the front end the opposite way that you're looking. So I think I can break it. Yeah, because it's made out of wood, I can break it fast that way. So I'm going to try and place it like show. There we go. Now the opening is over the fireplace. This is one use for it. Now remember, the fire can never get hot enough to actually cook anything. And I'm going to just, for happenstance, try cooking some clay. Let me grab some of this and put that back. And I can't remember if this works, and I also can't remember what the crafting recipe was. I think it was this. No. Shoot. 1 second. I don't want to ruin too much clay, so I'm going to try it one more time. I'm trying to make a sickle, and I can't remember how you made it. So that's a hoe. I don't need a copper hoe. I just broke it again. Alright, let me try and remember which one was the sickle. It's been a long time since I've made one. Also, I just realized I keep calling it a sickle, not a scythe. I'm so used to Red Power 2. Anyways, so I was close. You do break it 1, 2, 3 above. Shoot. 4 above. I wonder if you can do this in reverse. Let's see if you can do it in reverse. Like so, and you can do it in reverse. So either way, it doesn't matter. 2 down, you break it across all the way across but 1. And then you reverse it on the layer below it, you break all the way across but 1. Now, whichever one you want, because obviously it's backwards, so you can go this way or that way, you break 2 more, and there's your scythe. Silly me. Silly me. Alright, I'm going to take some wood here. Hickory works, I guess. And my fire starter. Now, if you have your fire going, there you go, it can only reach a certain temperature. And I'm also going to grab some white cedar here. Now, the temperature it can reach and how hot it can burn, or how long it can burn, depends on the type of wood that you're using primarily. So obviously putting this clay mold in here didn't work for cooking before because it didn't reach a hot enough temperature. But you can actually use a bellows to increase the temperature, because what does fire need? Fire needs oxygen to burn. The more oxygen you pump into a fire, the hotter it will burn. And that's what a bellows does. As you can see, it has this animation, a little bit of smoke comes out. I'm pretty much pumping air into this fireplace every time I click it. As you can see, the actual flames are like getting a little bit more prevalent sometimes. Now, not only does pumping more air into it increases the flame, but it also increases how quickly the material burns. So I'm increasing this, as you can see, and it burned up through that white cedar. So I'm going to put some more white cedar in here and hope that I can reach a hot enough temperature that I can cook this. We'll see. This is the first time that I've actually tried it. I haven't tested this before. But I'm pretty much just trying to give you guys the basic understanding of what a bellows can do early game. Oh, stop cooking up all my cedar. Like I said, I don't think I can get that clay mold to cook fast enough in here, but I'm going to try it. Because I thought you could cook it in a fire as well as in a pit kiln. And a fire would hopefully take less wood than a pit kiln, but as you can see, it's just not reaching a high enough temperature still. So it was worth a shot. But anyways, that's kind of like the understanding of what a bellows can do. Now I'm actually going to take this out. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's place it right there. And it's nighttime. Well, that's an interesting way of sleeping. The bed's right there. I'm going to sleep on the ground. Anywho, you can also not only use the bellows on your fireplace, but you can also use it on your forge, which is actually why I built it. To place right here on my forge. So when it's cooking, I can press on here. It'll pump air into my forge. It will actually increase the temperature. But like I said, it will also increase the time that your charcoal burns at. So if it takes 10 seconds to burn normally, it would take like 8 seconds to burn up with you using the bellows. Those are just rough imaginary numbers, but I'm just trying to get the point across. Alright. I'm going to try and see if I can get some wood that will maybe cook hotter than that. I'm going to just, test some things out. and I'm gonna see if I can cook that with the fireplace, because I really want to. Like, I keep reading everywhere, yeah, you can cook it with the fireplace, and I want to try it, so I shall be back. So after some quick searching, I found out that clay ceramic molds can't be cooked in here, but things like certain ores can be. So, for instance, things like native copper and bismuth and things like tetrahedrite, those things can't have a low enough burning or melting temperature that I can increase it with this up into the yellows and preferably the whites if you have wood that burns for a long enough time. And that will melt it in one of these ceramic vessels. And so that's another way of melting ores early on instead of using a pit kiln to melt them. So I'm going to try that out next time I have some ores. You know, just see if it works. But I'm thinking that the pit kiln for now works just as well. But until then, I am actually going to collect some more materials, and I shall be back next episode. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode so far. As always, stay epic. This is DeviantGamer signing off. Adios.